I'm chronicling the phonetic desperation that's become a mobile, kinetic, breaking apart. Two men talk about a young person who'd never heard of capitalism and what to tell them.
I'm chronicling the O of chronicling. I will open my mouth to show you all I'm chronicling. I'll bend over, the O of over. I'll lower myself, the O of lower. I am chronicling the O of you. From your crowing O, I am widening.
I'm chronicling Pride, Trump, nude cyclists, Hare Krishna, the People's Vote, junior doctors, teachers, English Defence League, and I watch them all because I'm a ghost of the 2003 anti-Iraq war march. Like I was a guard on the Berlin Wall, should I let the crowd through, hand in hand mid a disarmament ring around Greenham Common, and stood with my fellow Augury striking miners. And like I said, I'm a ghost of all that, and I'm standing in a Charing Cross Road bookshop doorway.
I'm chronicling, I'm not hiding anything, it's not drag anymore. I'll cut my own hair, sprout where I will, and move as I am. I won't dial down the queer, but maybe I'll dial down the human all the way down and be the beast, then begin a new routine.
I'm chronicling, first thing in the morning, rising at 5 a.m. to write in my notebook for 3 hours. So not when I'm dealing with the world, but in an emptiness the early morning allows me to believe is when only my conscientiousness separates me from sleep. And I do not think intellectual is a suitable term for this activity of accounting, of continuity, of which so many questions, and which in journals, notes, memoranda, dim part of my recollection to show the other, which is there in plenty.
I'm chronicling, I live in the contrary, trying not to sound like an actor. The lines I spoke are ringing in my ears. It wasn't planned, it was the heat of the moment, with a pause to consider, to consent.
I'm chronicling, after the Harry Potter walking tour, 2 American tourists stop at a slumped body in a doorway by Leicester Square Tube, say, I'm not moving until I know he's alive. I'm chronicling, lifts up her skirt and haunches down to piss in the bookshop doorway. I'm chronicling, it was my job to wash the steps of a mop, throw away cardboard bedding and bags of food, use plenty of bleach, and a passerby said, well done.
I'm chronicling, not telling you your death foretold. What can I tell you? I do not mean to be obtuse, a tube of paint. I'll tell them all about you, my history of you, what I remember so little. This really won't stand up in court.
I'm chronicling the movements of pedestrians that acquire the momentum of a revolution through the expression of consumerism.
I'm chronicling everything is paranoia. People hold on to their jobs and others must prove themselves. To prove yourself is to be beaten down. We had to fill in the same 24-page form because there's something about trust.
I'm chronicling how I'm not really sure what's happening on all those Saturday afternoons of protests along Charing Cross Road. I should have written everything down so I could tell everyone how the future came about whilst I was non-committal in a doorway in a climate emergency. Non-committal in a doorway in a climate emergency. And having transmitted, I feel lighter, intimate, of laughter.
I'm chronicling, and you never talk to anyone. You try to, they talk like the form, and you try to talk back like the form. That's the form. Trust is abused. Yes, that's trust for you. When there is no trust, there is another abuse.
I'm chronicling something magnificent, emergent in a way I could not have predicted from the details of my chronicles. I ask it to inform everything I do and dream and desire in this land of systematic and tragic poverty.
I'm chronicling. I don't want them to hurt you. Even the meadow you had to sign something. And even the sea, the unseen depths have a prior claim. Let's associate, walk on the rooftops. Tell the young person it's nothing, now think of something.
I'm chronicling vegans shouting meat is murder, and many causes lost because of chant enunciation, and the poll tax riots when the windows of bookshops on Charing Cross Road were left unsmashed, apart from foils because of Christina Foyle's right-wing politics, according to Derek Jarman's journals. And I'm feeling a bit sick in the sun in the doorway, like I'm only just connecting to wrongs, the rights, the need to protest, the injustices. Maybe very soon I just won't understand. Stick the EU flag up your arse is today's chant. I'm chronicling because my other idea, to shout abuse back, I stepped off into the Marxed folk.
I'm chronicling. Libra falls through the scales of Libra, and I keep my balance. Imagine if New Balance was a really new balance. And let's talk about what there is under armour. And I do not doubt this garment is armour, its trail of pain repressed by database.
I'm chronicling go back to bed and start the day all over again, objectively, satirically, perplexedly, more willingly, to obfuscate, exaggerate, perpetuate and decimate the rules and preconditions, combinations, ruminations, constellations, which explains how chroniquers turns into what a lovely atmosphere.
I'm chronicling the reluctant plane in the paving, limp-wristed, sort of humiliation in a ring of railing. If it fell into the junction with Acre Lane, uprooted, paving upended, the under tree gasping for water, we'd all do it.